What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to SteveBussaGS. We have another scorecard interview for you guys. I'm being joined today by the 2022 Rookie of the Year, Word on the Streets champion, Alpha Hybrid. My guy, introduce yourself for everybody.
What up, Battle Rap Universe, Word on the Streets. It's Alpha Hybrid, aka the PR guy for the #1 Battle Rap League in Mother Africa, Word on the Streets. So yeah, that's me, Rookie of the Year 2022. You heard that right.
How you feeling today, my guy?
I feel great. Been a rough past few weeks, but I mean, we're here.
Love to hear it, man. Not the rough weeks, obviously. I'm appreciate you coming through for this, man. This is a big deal, and you are woven into the very fabric of Word on the Streets and what makes the battle rap community tick with everything that you do. So they get you on the channel, be able to pick your brain and be able to get your face in front of everybody. This is a big deal for me. So I really appreciate you taking the time to come and pop your shit off with us today. All right.
Yeah. I mean, it's you, Steve. You're putting out work for us as well. So I mean, I need to show up. I gotta show up. You're always showing up for us. So yeah.
Salute, my guy. Let's start with the title. We throwing it around. Rookie of the Year 2022, right? Walk me through that. How's that feel? Do you feel like that was well deserved? Do you feel like you knew you were gonna get it? What's your mindset right now?
Okay, honestly speaking, I was I was hoping that I would win it, which I did, because I mean, there's a whole lot of hype around Rookie of the Year. You only get to be nominated for Rookie of the Year once. This is a known fact. You only get nominated once, so it's just one shot to win it. And I felt I had a good chance of winning it because every battle I had in 2022 had an impact on the culture, starting from my debut here. Yes, my debut, they set up Nick L versus Alpha Hybrid. You did the reaction on that. So, I mean, a lot of people had like, oh, yo, this guy is all soft and all that. I mean, battle rap is an aggressive sport. This dude is all gentle and all shit. Like, what's he gonna do? What's he gonna do? And you know, on battle day, yeah, someone actually made a bet that I would choke, that I would stumble and choke out the battle. So not a lot of attention was drawn to my battle because everybody felt, yo, this nigga is going to die. Like, this nigga is going to die, and Nickel is going to mop the floor with his face. So then I performed, and everybody was wild. And they're like, oh my God, nah. This is not a nigga to be played with. This is not a nigga to be played with. And that got nominated for Battle of the Night alongside Slim Buck and Queen Mother. So you know it's a big deal. So, I mean, that happened. And also rookies versus vets. I won my, I faced fifth and I won. And then also I faced King Arbix, and yeah, that was it. So I thought I had a good chance of winning it. You know, when they named me Rookie of the Year, I was like, yo, okay, yeah, this is well deserved. Thank you, Word on the Streets. So yeah.
What's the plan 2023? We got a lot of year left. All right. How do you follow up Rookie of the Year? What would be the cherry on top for you to follow up a very, very impressive launch into the Word on the Streets battle scene? What would be like the accolade? Put the belt on your shoulder. What do you want to walk away with?
Okay. Funny enough, 2023, I intended to focus more on media.
Okay.
Reason being that okay, last year I tried to balance it, battle rap and media. Till today, people ask me, how do you manage to balance it? Like, you're running battle rap media, you're preparing for battles. When your battles happen, you're organizing the events. How do you do that? And it's because I've got a passion for both, okay? I have attained Rookie of the Year. That's a belt for me. I want to matter, like really put my name in battle rap media. So, I mean, by far the only content, as you see, I've got the Twitter Spaces, the podcast, and all that. So what I'm really looking forward to is make platform this for me. so some people might be disappointed, but that don't mean if you're going to book me for a battle, I won't turn up. I always show up. But I just want to focus on my PR desk this year. And when it's at that level, targeted this year, then yeah, I can start. I can move on to champion of the year next year.
All right, so we're looking for a 2024 champion of the year win. That's the next belt that you want.
Yeah, that's the next belt. That's the next belt. I also want round of the year and performance of the year. So it's champion of the year, round of the year, performance of the year. I intend to get 2 out of 3 in 2024.
Let's go. Now hold on, you ain't done with battling this year. If memory serves, there's a certain special card coming up in about a month. That you have a battle lined up already, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, my second international battle, I'm facing. I got an update. I'd be facing Luke rather than Axe Pose. I was supposed to face Axe Pose. I was downright 2 minutes in a writing. Then I got hit up by Fireflame saying, "Yo, certain changes have been made." I mean, it's the GSGang card, so I mean, I still gotta turn up.
Let's
go. Yeah, Luke. So I'm facing Luke. That's May. I'm not quite sure the date it's happening, but yeah, I'm hyped for it as well.
It's gonna be May 20th. All right, as a certain somebody's birthday. Let's go. You already know what it is. Nigeria versus South Africa. You know what it is. It's gonna be dope though. It's gonna be a beautiful event, and it's one that's completely fueled with positivity. So it is set up as a Nigeria versus South Africa card.
Yeah, it's happening in my birth month as well. I mean,
let's go, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Taurus gang. Let's get it.
Yeah, Taurus gang. Taurus.
So that's fire, man. Also, I don't know, I guess if anybody decides to check out the interview, they'll get a little inside information on this too. Not only is it going to be an international face-off as far as the versus goes with Niger versus SA, but there's going to be a very, very dope cipher that takes place before the battle starts, where I am pulling people from a lot of different places to come and drop some super fire shit.
Give us an inside scoop.
It's just like little names. They can rap a little bit. I think Slim Buck, if you've heard of him, Slim Buck's gonna be on it.
Little names. Little name. Slim Buck is no little name.
It's gonna be fired. Huh? I said, look, invites are sent out to SA, Zambia, Niger, Ghana. I got confirmation on some. I'll tell you, I think the Holster is going to be on there. So Holster is one of the OGs from Zambia who puts together ciphers out that way and everything like that. He's been my own personal plug to tap in with all the cats that side. Literally just a curator of hip hop, love of the game. Super dope. It's gonna be fire, man. It's gonna be fire. I don't want to ruin it all right now. We got a rollout plan that's gonna be coming out. Jung and Fire actually working on like a video rollout and stuff like that. Like we got a lot of cool shit. All the graphics for the cards are done. So like, you better take this shit serious. You gonna let Luke walk away with your head is gonna be a problem, my guy.
No, I take. Oh, come on. Ask anybody. I take all my battles serious. I look like I'm not serious, but when I start the battle, it's a different look. So yeah, I mean, we'll see. Just know that I ain't losing. Just know that I ain't losing. I ain't losing.
Let's go. So I'll say this. I was on the panel of judges for the Word on the Streets 2022 awards, and you were also my pick for Rookie of the Year. I think it was as a combination of things, right? So you were talking about the PR desk, and I want to get into that. I want to focus on that too, especially because that's where your focus is going to be for 2023. But there is something uniquely beautiful about having such a passion for the sport that you juggle being able to, remain as unbiased as possible with commentary, you know what I'm saying? While still knowing that next week I might have to be in a ring and take these same people's heads off myself. You know what I mean? So like, your ability to balance both of them, and then your performance, man, your performance was very, very impressive. I didn't have the bad idea going into it that others may have had. Like you said, some people were like betting against you to choke and stuff like that. I didn't have none of that. You had a completely blank slate with me, and I went in there looking for a battle, and I left an alpha hybrid fan. And that's what it's all about. Like, if we can put you in front of new people who have no idea who you are and know that you're gonna make the league look like you're gonna do so good, you make the whole league look good, and they're like, "This is the rookies." Like the rookies sound like this. Like, get the fuck out. Like, I think that's fire, man. So I wanted to just, personally give you additional flowers on that. Like, that's super fucking dope, man.
Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much. Thank you very, very much. I must add, it is not an easy task, but it takes just passion and talent to be able to balance it. Okay, so a lot of people look at me and like, yo, why do you do this? Like, why do you do this? What's your interest in this? But I've got this passion. I've had this passion for media for the longest time. Yeah, so mixing that with battle rap and seeing that battle rap was actually at the point where it was growing in Nigeria. So me bringing my skill or my capacity to the culture would help not just the culture, but my name get far. So I mean, yeah, it's been a swell one for me, media wise, battle rap wise. I've had the passion, I had the skills, and that's what has continued to get me far.
That's fire, man. How do you see? So let's talk about the PR side of things now. So you're responsible for setting up the face-offs,
Okay.
right? There's been a controversy recently about what would be considered ethical face-off material versus what is considered problematic face-off material. In the future, given recent events, do you foresee any changes from a league standpoint in how the face-offs are conducted or what's considered acceptable?
Okay, by far, face-offs have been conducted flawlessly. What has actually been the problem for us as a league is the response of these battlers to the face-off. If you go through my questions for the face-off, because Jung and I work on the face-off, like we organize these face-offs. And what we always put into consideration is the do no harm approach. These questions, will they harm your personality as a battle rapper? Will they harm, will they have a negative effect on how the battle rap universe views you? Like now, you can't see me because, okay, for example, Fifth. We all know what happened between the Fifth and the Pen Priest battle. Now, if I were to be a careless face-off host, I would ask Fifth that question that because there's this rumor going around that Fifth is homeless, which we all know isn't the truth. But imagine me asking Fifth during the face-off that, is it true you're homeless? That's very, very unethical. But if the face-off gets released eventually, you will notice that all of the questions were not targeted at their personality. We're just focusing on business. Like, yo, we're here to do business. But how are you going to approach? What is your approach to this battle? Do you intend to take your opponent seriously? We are not laying harmful questions. We're not laying questions that may cause controversies during or after the battle. We're just, laying the platform for both battlers to speak. What is left for this face-off to be complete or to be as sellable as we can make it be is the response we get from battlers. Which is why I enjoy working with people like Loki. Loki. I
love Loki. Come on, that's my guy.
I enjoy working with people like Loki because Loki can sell any face-off. Loki, like we could have a Alpha Hybrid versus SteveBussaGS face-off right now with John hosting. Then John makes Loki a speaker, and Loki steals the show from us. He goes
This is facts. Nothing but facts.
That. He sells his name. He sells his name. Now, with all the questions we can add, like I can construct for Loki, Loki would know that this isn't targeted to like harm me as a person. This is just to sell my battle. This is just to sell just to sell the culture. And he gives a right response to that. He gives, if you see Loki like spazzing, like vexing and all that, and all angry and shit, he's not really angry and shit. He's just trying to sell the culture. So his response is very, very sellable. So, I mean, we know what happened, March Mayhem 3. The league, I'm yet to have a really broad conversation with Jung because the events of March Mayhem 3 took a hard toll on him mentally, and also, being a sole proprietor of a league, that big, any damage could mean, like, even the slightest of damage could have an effect on him. So I just want him to like calm down. Then we can have that conversation around, yeah, what do you think we should do next? What should happen just in case this happens? That sort of thing.
Got you. Got you.
Yeah.
So that's the as far as like the face-offs goes.
Yeah.
How do you plan on expanding this year into like you said that like the podcast and everything like that? Like are there like concrete ideas that you're just like waiting to launch, or is this still kind of a figuring it out as we go kind of thing?
Oh, I never do the figure it out as we go thing. I always make a plan. Which is why when you work with a visionary like Jung, you have to come with plans. You don't just go with the flow. You have to come with plans. You're just like, okay, this is what I intend to do. Then he would tell you, okay, this is how we should go about it. Like for this year, I intend to work on video content, which I'm hoping I would have you on board for my video content. So
Hey,
yeah, we already had the intro for the PR desk way back last year. So I just need to put a few things together and we get that going. And yes, video content is there. And also I'm thinking of expanding, bringing together a team. I already have uh I've got people interested in joining the PR desk, but we can't just bring you on board as the PR guy because there are ways we operate. I can't bring you on board to the desk knowing fully well whenever I trust you to anchor a face off, then you're attacking one battler and then praising another battler. It's sort of uneven. So I look forward to extending, like bringing forward new team members and also the
what's
video content.
so that's so as far as that's called like media training, right? So as far as the actual media training goes for any type of future prospects, would you be the one conducting that media training?
Not just me, Jung as well. The
Okay.
training I under like the training I went through as the PR guy can also be accredited to Jung because Jung and I we talk and he's like, okay, yeah, this is how I want you to do it. This is how I want you to do it. And then I'm like, okay, then I can, implement whatever he tells me to do, within my capacity. Within
I need you
he
to,
tells
you're
me,
gonna need to
okay,
run
yo,
this last
it's
sentence
good.
back.
I would rather. Oh, okay.
You, you're messing up. You're glitching. Give it a second. All right, try now.
Okay. How about now?
All right, just run that last sentence back for me. You were like super chopped up.
Okay. So I bring the plans to Jung. He tells me, yo, this works. This works fine. Okay, this works, but I would rather you did it this way. Then yeah. I trust you can do it, Alpha. Go. Then that's it.
Very cool. All right. We plan on keeping you busy too. So I'm sliding Jung some opportunities, some conversations that could lead to some very, very big things for the league. And I hope that any type of contribution this side of the camera can make, now or in the future, just leads to a lot of prosperity for you. And I'm gonna have you working, my guy. You got a lot to report on. As far as the media goes,
No problem.
how does you being like the PR desk guy, how does that like coincide with me doing the reactions, with like Loki does the Bars Guardian stuff sometimes and Queen Moda's got a podcast? Like, is there like any kind of like is like, does it all mesh well together? Is it just one uplifting the other? Is there any kind of like you know what I'm saying? Like what's the vibe with that?
It's not for me. It's not one uplifting the other. It's just all uplifting one that is the culture. For example, we have you in the States doing the reaction, and as I said, as I've always been saying, I work within my capacity. So my capacity is audio. By far, this is the first visual content I have ever made for battle rap. Believe me,
Hey, you got it here
this is
first,
the
baby.
first.
GSGang exclusive.
GSGang, GSGang. So by far, this is the first visual content I have made for battle rap. Every content I've been making right from 2021 has been audio. I have my podcast channel. I host face-offs there. I have conversations there, and then there's Twitter Spaces. I have recorded spaces there. There's some episodes you won't find there anymore because Twitter Spaces, after a while, they get deleted. They get taken off the web and all that. So, I mean, by far, my capacity is audio, like audio, which is why I said this year I intend to extend to visual content and then bring more team members to help with the platform and all that.
Cool.
So that's it.
Give you a quick heads up. There are two workarounds for that. So number one, after you've done a Twitter space, you have the ability to request all of your data from Twitter, right? So if you go into the settings,
We'll go way back
request,
2021.
maybe I don't have the answer for that right now.
Okay.
But for future, like at the very least for future reference, if you go like I did it for we did the GSGang cipher, right? The open cipher that I did for everybody that wanted to come through, like that was super dope. After we got done that, you request the data. It takes them 24 hours to send it to you. You go through the folders, you find the one for spaces, and you have the entire audio for it. You can chop it up and do whatever you want with it. So that's one option. And then the second option I know a lot of people do is a lot easier. Is like you're saying you're gonna have other PR people and stuff like that. Have somebody screen record it. Why does it sound like a twang? Have somebody screen record it while they're in there. And then like the quality of that apparently comes out really good. I've seen a lot of people that do like entire battle cards off the screen recordings, and it comes through real clean. So just add a little arsenal. You know what I mean? A little extra oomph to your arsenal. Make it a little easier for you. Look into those things. All right.
As I said, all uplifting one.
Hey,
I'm gonna work with that. I'm gonna work with that.
Cool. Sounds good, man. Let's get into it then, man. Like, so rookie of the year, right? We gotta pick your brain a little bit. Not just here hyping you up. We wanna take the gems from you, my guy. So let's hit you with it, right? What advice have you received in the league or outside the league? Doesn't matter. What advice have you received throughout your career where you found yourself revisiting that advice often?
The most advice I've gotten from my battle rap career, on my position in battle rap in general, is from Jung, because Jung is the only person in battle rap that I speak with, like in the DMs privately, personally. Jung is the only person I speak with he's the only person close enough to give me an advice, because as you would know, battle rap is a toxic sport. So you won't really come across people who will be like concerned enough to come meet you like, yo, okay, we feel this would be better. It would be better if you did this. It would be nice if you did this. Although, I mean, I feel I get props after every battle, but it just ends there. Like, let's say my battle gets released today. The next day I get props, it ends there. Nothing like advice or yo, do this. So the advice that has actually stuck with me was even of recent, during the March Me M3 and all that. The boss kept telling me, be positive. Be positive. Yo, for everything that's happening, it comes with the game. So be positive. Yeah, just put in work and be positive. That's just that advice is, that's stuck with me. I find myself revisiting. That when I feel, oh yeah, I'm not getting a lot of attention on this Twitter Spaces. Like there are times when I don't get a lot of engagement on my Twitter posts. I don't get a lot of engagement, especially from those people who I'm trying to promote their battles. I don't get a lot of engagement. I don't get a lot of I don't get a lot of content from them to work with. But the boss keeps telling me be positive. So that advice alone keeps me going. So yeah, even if I don't get engagement for this content today, next week there's a possibility people will revert to that content. For example, my fifth versus
he started glitching there. He was cooking. You're back. You're back.
Okay,
you're back.
How about now? Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're back.
Okay,
You're back.
Yeah, okay. So as I said, when I make a content today and people don't engage now, there is a huge possibility that next week, next month, people will come back because they'll always be like, yo, Toby said this shit. For example, my fifth versus Toby face off. The day I hosted that face off, I had 40 listeners, 40 listeners. Now, today, if you visit that face-off, I have well over 300.
Right.
Why? Because Toby said some shit and people want to confirm
Go look
that
for
Toby
receipts.
said that shit. We've been looking for receipts. So even right after the Toby Pen Priest events, let me put it that way, people kept on referring to that space that, okay, yo, Alpha hosted this space. Alpha hosted this space. Yes, yeah, it's right there. Listen to it, listen to it, listen to it. So I mean, I made content, and then I totally forgot that I even made that content, but people are visiting, like people going back, they're like, yo, this happened, this happened. So I stay positive with my content. People, I drop something, there's a huge tendency that people will visit. So that's just that advice that stuck with me. Be positive. Everything comes with a game. Be positive.
That's dope. Let's set you with the opposite now, right? What would you say is like the number one, like as rookie of the year? I like saying that, right?
Okay.
As rookie of the year, as champion right now, right?
Rookie of the year.
What would you say is bad advice? What do you think is like the most common shortcoming that new people coming into battle rap, you know what I mean, specifically with Word on the Streets, you know what I mean, where they're focusing on the wrong thing? What is that? What is the wrong thing that the rookies are doing that are preventing them from being the next alpha hybrid?
Okay, I'm gonna be very broad with this one. So a lot of rookies, like for example, okay, I'm not gonna make example. I'm just gonna make instances here. Let's say an alpha hybrid making a wonderful, like a mind-blowing performance in his debut. Yeah, the fans, the crowd start saying, yo, Alpha Hybrid versus Slim Buck would be a really, really fire battle, yo. Set it up, Jung.
For the second battle ever.
Yo, I'm like, yo, I mean, I made a really dope performance in March Man 2. Bring Buck over here. That nigga dead. Then you will notice that like a lot of rookies make this mistake, yeah. They ride off the present wave for too long. Yes, you were making that wave, but it's just a step for you. It is not a jump. You don't jump in battle rap. Trust me, you do not jump in battle rap. There's a long way to go in battle rap. I had a lot of people coming to me like, yo, okay, after the rookies versus vets, after the Marshman 2 rookies versus vets, they were like already saying, oh yeah, it'll be nice if Alpha faced Slim Buck. It'd be nice if Alpha faced so and so person. And I'm like, I know what I'm capable of. Sure, I would give them a fight. I'm not saying I will not take that battle, but being someone who wants to have a clean record, I want to maintain my clean record. I will not jump to take a Slim Buck battle. I would let it take time. I will take my time. The one mistake rookies make is that, okay, you have one good showing and you think you're the best in the world. Sure, you might be the best in the world, but let it take time. Time is everything in battle rap. Okay, what if, okay, they set me up versus a Slim Buck now and I lose? Okay, the chances of me winning that, well, I won't downplay myself by saying it's not possible, but the chances of that happening,
you would be a heavy underdog. I think that's fair to say, right? Like a heavy underdog.
It would be fair to say I'll be a heavy underdog. And if Slim Buck wins, the same fans that will come to you to say, yo, you should take Slim Buck, will come back to you to say, why would you even take Slim Buck? You had one good show. You had one good show, and you think you're the shit. Come on, man! And before you know it, the whole league is riding on you. The whole league downplays. It doesn't matter what you do at that point. Everybody, even if you beat your next opponent, people will always refer to your Slim Buck battle that yes, you lost that battle. So ain't nothing you go do. You got too confident. I mean, you don't get too confident in battle rap. You're shooting yourself in the foot. You're going too confident. So that's just one mistake, I think, because I see rookies making good showings in Word on the Streets and other platforms, and they come out to Twitter and they're like, they can take on anybody. I'm like, wow, okay, I admire your confidence, but if this backfires, it's gonna be bad for you. It's gonna be bad for you. But yeah, I mean, it's allowed. It's battle rap. It's I mean, dog eat dog out here. So yeah, it is.
I guess look, we love a self-aware king. Look, this is gonna transfer into my next segment. This is gonna segue into my next segment really, really well. All right. So this is a GSGang exclusive, ladies and gentlemen. So in my attempt to better my craft at getting into the interviews and stuff like that, I've decided to make key segments that can be revisited on multiple interviews going forward. And then we can do cool clips like, you know, I'm like comparing and contrasting different artists and how they, you know, they handle different segments and stuff like that. Give people a chance to talk their shit, get their personalities out, have some fun. So we're going to launch some segments with it. You cool with that?
I'm cool. Let's have it.
This will be beautiful. So our first segment is actually self-evaluation. I'm going to give you 10 different categories, and you have to rank yourself 1 to 10 with a short explanation as to why you feel that. Nothing. I'm not asking for, you know, no long essays or nothing like that. But give us your scale 1 to 10 and why you feel it's there. And we'll see what you end up scoring yourself overall. You ready for this?
Okay, let's have it.
All right, first category. Let's get right to it. Bars, lyrics, storytelling. 1 to 10. Where are you at right now, my guy?
9.5.
Not a lot of room for improvement there. You feel like you're...
A lot of people don't want to admit it, but I am complete pen-wise.
Let's go. All right. Number 2, flow, delivery, melody.
8. 8. I would give myself an 8. The reason is, okay, I'm still very, very new to the sport. I mean, I haven't had a lot of live battles, so I'm still trying to work my way around the stage, but I still have the flow that people can follow through. So I would give myself an 8. I'm not perfect yet, so yeah, I'll give myself an 8 on that one.
All right. Number 3, stage presence and performance.
Stage presence, 10.
Woo!
You would feel me there. You would feel me there.
Yo, I meant I messed this whole interview up. I meant to start with, yo, what the fuck is up with the wolf thing, my guy?
Okay. 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 Let's let me answer that. Yeah. My spirit animal is a wolf. Yeah. Let me start. Obviously, you know, with the howl and all that.
Obviously.
Yeah. So for every battle, a howl means something. Yeah, a howl means something. Nobody knows this. I ain't told anybody this, but for every battle, a howl means something. My debut, that howl meant something. Versus Arbix, that howl meant something. That's actually quite personal, and I don't care if it makes niggas like Cav Banks who, because my last battle, I was howling. Cav Banks was like, this nigga, man. I'm like, yo, it is what it is. So yeah, I am a lycanthropist. Yeah, I've got this connection with wolves. So yeah, you will find that a lot in my stage presence. So yeah, that's that.
So that's here to stay. That's who you are. That's with your whole chest.
That is who I am. That is who I am with my whole chest.
Let's
that is
go.
who I am. A lot of niggas will come out and say that the tigers, the lions, and all that, but you ain't giving us that demeanor. I mean, you ain't what you say you are. I am who I say I am, and I'm gonna put it in your face. I am a wolf. So yeah.
I'm glad I asked that. I feel like this is gonna build on this legacy. We got some WWE persona shit building up here. I like this, man. The PR desk coming in hot. All right, let's go. Number 4. You ready to keep going?
Yeah, let's go.
Number 4, social media presence and fan interaction.
Social media, 8.
Okay.
Reason because we don't have a lot of. I wouldn't say it's because of me. I would say not a lot of fans are present, you know, for me to engage. So I do as much as I can. You'll find me posting. You'll find me doing the Twitter Spaces and all that. So it takes 2 to build engagement and all that. So let's say I post a card right now. I depend on the fans to come to my page and then like give comments. Once they give comments, I give comments as well. So we don't really have a lot of fans online. It's even up recently that I started interacting with fans because from January I started having fans come to my DM like yo, we follow what on the streets, this and all that. Then we meet ourselves during events, and they're like, oh yeah, it's you from Twitter, you from Twitter, you from Twitter. So by far I've only been able to cover a small but considerate amount of fans for Twitter engagement. But because I'm not at that point of Twitter or social media presence and engagement that I'm targeting, I would say 8.
You feel like that's an 8? All right.
Yeah,
Number 5. Let's keep it moving. Commercial appeal and branding.
10.
Look, I'm inclined. Look, I'm trying my best not to give any my input on any of this. You know what I mean? Like this is about
No. Feel free.
self.
Let's have that
No,
conversation.
I like this. I like this for you. I think with the Wolf thing, the Howling, having a background story, being a champion, having a level head, the social media presence, the PR desk, plus the bat. Like you got a lot of stuff to sell as a brand. I like that. I think
Yeah.
that works for you very well. I think being a face of the league and being having a little hand in everything and just being entertaining to watch, like that matters a lot. Like that's dope. So like, no, I like that. I like that you're self-aware about that.
Thank
All
you.
right. 6, streams and sales.
Streams and sales. Ooh. 7.
Okay.
7. I would say 7 because I picture myself getting a minimum 100K views. But because yeah, the culture is growing. The culture is growing. I mean, I've been in functions where people do not even know who Alpha Hybrid is, and it's not just me, but a whole lot of other people. But I expect that they would know me, but they don't. Like just last December, Blacklit Pastor, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was at his house for his birthday party. So he was trying to introduce me to a friend of his who I met last week. So I was like, yo, this is Alpha Hybrid, the PR guy. And he goes, who? I'm like, oh, okay. You don't know me, but yeah, this is what I do. I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah. Hopefully I get to see your works and all that. So I mean, I am self-aware that I am still growing as a name. And yeah, I'm quite optimistic that that I'm actually getting more fans as well. And by the way, this same person who was like he didn't know who I was at the event March 3, and he came to me. I was like, yo, you was fired this, you was fired this, you were fired that. So I mean, I'm still growing. I'm still growing. I'm still growing. So I'm gonna just give myself a 7 right now, which will change next event.
So this kind of goes into that. So this one is fan base. And this is for
Okay.
like specifically like if I was doing this would be based on like how would I evaluate the GSGang, right? So like
Okay.
do you have like the Alpha Hybrid minions name? Do you have like the lycanthropes that are out there? Like
Okay, by far, the fans that I know of are people who I idolize. The people I idolize are like in battle rap, those who I still look up to them, those who I look up to, and then they notice me and they come back to me like, yo, you're fire. I like how you do this. I like how you do this. I could consider them fans, no disrespect. I mean, there are people who I look up to and they admire my work. And also, yeah, I don't have a name for a fan base. I don't have a name for a fan base, but we're still working towards that. We're still working towards that. I do have people who follow, who connect with me, social media, in person, and like, yo, I like what you're doing. I like what you're doing. We want you to do this. Yeah, just a lot. So for fan base, I would say 7, 7.
okay. Even without a
Yeah.
name or an identity, my man gave him a cold 7. All right. Number 8, creativity / the unique factor, the thing that makes something that makes you stand out from everybody else. How would you
10,
rate yourself? 10.
10,
Okay.
10.
All right. And is that leading that kind of played into a lot of the stuff that we've already talked about, right?
Yeah, it does. Cause okay, public relations, battle rap, 2 things I do very well. I'm not I'm not bragging and all that, but yeah, you have to come to terms with that. I do those 2 very, very well. So yeah, it is what it
Talk
is. A
that
10.
shit. Let's go.
It's a
Talk
10.
that shit, Alpha. All right.
It's a
Number
10.
9. Number 9. Versatility.
Could you elaborate?
Sure. So, I mean, obviously, there's different realms. So, if you're talking about musically, it would be the ability to do like a boom bap jump plus a trap jump. This is a commercial hit. This one's melodic. And battle rap, it could be like, man, I'm a punchline rapper. I'm a scheme rapper. I mix it up. I'm mostly performance. I'm mostly energy. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, as far as music goes, I'm yet to explore music. I'm yet to explore music. Jung's got this cipher working on. That's the one on the street cipher. I asked for the beat. I went to meet John. John was like, "Oh, can you work with it?" I was like, "Let me try." Then he sends me the beat. I spent 2 weeks on that beat, and I didn't pen shit. Not that I did not want to, but just a lot of the
This
work
is
for
not there
music
yet.
too.
Okay,
Yeah, it's just not there yet. It's
just
not there yet.
scored off of battle rap versatility then.
Okay, battle rap versatility, 10. I can
Okay.
punch, I can perform, I can scheme, I can do everything. 10.
Okay. And then
10.
finally, this I do expect to be low. I'll be judging you if not. But how would you judge your impact and legacy? Obviously, as rookie of the year, you know, just coming off of that, you're still relatively new to the scene. When we're talking about legacy, we're talking about long-term effects, so there may not be a lot of that to judge just yet. But where do you feel like you're at? Because I mean, like, still, rookie of the year, first year out, that's still legacy. You know what I'm saying? Like, you still have accolades and stuff like that.
Yeah. Rookie of the year. Okay. As far as legacy goes, as you said, it has to be a long-term thing. But I would say I'm starting off building a really like a respectable legacy. I'm starting off
I
because
agree.
I've had conversations with Queen Mother, and I go up and I tell her that, yo, I want to be known as hip hop. I want to be known as that person where they mention, like, when I want to be that person that they'll be like, oh, you know Alpha Hybrid, and yeah, that is hip hop. Why is he hip hop? He helped push the culture. He did this. He did this. He did this. Besides battle rap, he was quite effective in media. He did this. He helped orchestrate all of this. He worked on the scene, behind the scenes, everything. I want to be that person that has a legacy in hip hop way beyond just battle rap performances. So I would say I am on that, like I am on that point. I'm at that point where I am building a respectable legacy for my name, which is Alpha Hybrid.
What's your score, my guy? 1 to 10. What would you say you're at right now?
Legacy, since we're talking legacy and I'm still at the starting point, I would say 4.
Okay, I'll take it. You want to know what your score is?
What is?
All right. So right now, out of a possible 100 points on our first ever self-evaluation segment, you've scored yourself an 83.5 out of 100. First year
That's
in
an
battle
A.
rap.
That's an A, right? That's an A.
Let's
That
go.
has to be an A.
So let me ask you this. What can we expect, right? Because here's the thing. When you have a lot of high numbers, you got tens in there and stuff like that, that means that there's no room for improvement, right? So what are
Oh
we
no, there's
expecting to
always that room
see?
for improvement. There's always room for improvement. But it's there. Let's just have it there.
Okay. What do we expect us to know? Like, what would be the goal to score to feel? Because again, this is all self evaluation, right? Where would you want to feel you score yourself this time next year? Especially given that it's going to be a lower battle year for you. You know what I mean? With the focus on, you know,
Oh yeah, we
legacy and
focus
focus
on
on,
media.
yeah.
Okay, let me say one thing, yeah, because I'm out here saying I'm gonna be focused on my PR desk and all that, media and all that. But John will come later to tell me, yo, you gotta work here. You need to work. You have to battle and all of that. Cause John told me last month you have a busy year ahead of you. This is last month, and I
That's so
already
ominous
know.
coming from Jung.
He
That's
said
so
you have
ominous.
a busy. He said you're going to be busy this year. And I'm like, damn, that was scary. And I'm like, oh, damn. But I mean, that won't, take me off my plans, which is to work to build my platform, which is the PR desk. So this by next year, I'm looking to perfect my performance. I believe I already have it locked in pen wise. Pen wise, I'm there. I just need to work on my performance and all that, which is only getting better. It is getting better for me. I believe it's getting better for me, and it's going to be very very evident in my next battle, my next live battle, which is Joe Vegas Fade. I'm not sure if you heard of that. I'm battling Joe
I
Vegas.
didn't hear that one
So
yet.
oh yeah, there's a Fade card. Yeah, there's a Fade card. We've got King Zami, Queen Mother, Gaddafi, Zay. We're bringing someone from RBE. That's Zay. We have Toby the Pen Priest versus G Zone that was recently updated. King Arbix versus K Mac. A few other battles, yeah, a few
That's
other battles,
some fire
which will
lineups.
be which will be made public. They will be made public soon. So I will be battling Joe Vegas on that card, and the improvement on my performance will show. Yeah. So, which is why I said next year I'm going for round of the year, champ of the year, and also performance. I am very big on performance. I want to be understood on stage. I do not want a single bar to fly overhead, because I have noticed a lot of people only catch my material when they are revisited. So I only want, like, I want my materials to be caught first listen. So that's why I'm working on performance this year and next year as well.
Sidebar question. All right. Since, especially given that Jung just said that to you, do you feel like that there was a side effect of winning Rookie of the Year? Like, do you feel like you have a target on your head? Do you feel like, you know, some people are kind of like, yeah, like, yo, I'm about to let's see what this rookie really made of. You know what I'm saying? Has there been any
Okay,
kind of any instances of that?
I would say there isn't. I would say there is. But here, as I said earlier, battle rap is a really toxic sport. A lot of people will come to you acting like they've got your back. At the end of the day, they'll be those same niggas to mop the whole venue with your face. So, I mean, yes, there is a target on my head. I made top 4 last year. I made top 4. I made the nominations for Champion of the Year as well. So I've seen people um, come up to the group and say, "Yo, every nigga on that top 10 is a target." And I know I'm inclusive. So I mean, yeah, I know there's a target on my head. Rookie of the Year, I mean, they want to come for me, they can. I mean, it's all part of the game. It comes with the game.
All right. You want to next segment we're about to get into. All right.
Okay.
Are you ready to cause some drama? This is the problematic part of my interview. This is where we go to stir the pot. We do our clickbait. This is where we're really looking to cause some issues on the internet. Are you prepared for that?
I'm with it. I'm with it. Let's get it.
All right.
I'm with the drama.
So this is a segment that we're going to be doing called Wrong Answers Only, where I'm going to ask you questions, right? And you have to give me the most bizarre, awkward answer possible, with a straight face, though, like with a straight face. Because when I put these clips out, they're not going to have this intro part that tells them that it's wrong answers only until they decide to check in and watch the whole interview. You know what I mean? It's the clickbait to get them to come and be like, let's see what the fuck he was like. Yeah, you know I mean, like he said, blah, blah, blah. Are you prepared? Are you prepared to stir up some drama?
Yo, let's go.
All right. So for every question until we say otherwise, you are to give me wrong answers only. Okay. All right. So let's look, Alpha. Right. I got a question for you. This comes up a lot when we hear about the idea of industry artists coming and joining the battle rap league and who would do well or who wouldn't. In your opinion, what commercial Nigerian hip hop artist would do the best and be able to take some heads off if they came and toss their gauntlet in with Word on the Streets?
Speed Darlington. You heard of Speed Darlington?
No, I haven't.
Darlington. Oh, Speed Darlington is quite hot. Like he's got bars for days. He's got bars for days. He's got flow too. He has this song, "I'm Not Regular, I Come Through," like bang bang bang. So you know this nigga got gun bars for days. So yeah, Speed Darlington for me. You should check him out though. He will come to Word on the Streets and demolish Slim Buck, Pen Priest, all of them. All of them.
Let's go. We got to get him in there. That sounds fire.
Yes, Speed Darlington. Check him out.
Who would you say is the most overrated Word on the Streets battler?
Slim Buck.
Doesn't live up to the hype?
Nah. Slim Buck doesn't live up to that. Slim Buck is as you would see in his U3 battle, is all performance, no bars. No heavy bars. His performance outweighs his bars. That's Slim Buck for you. So yeah, that is Slim Buck for me. Slim Buck does a lot of performance. And yeah, I mean, the crowd loves him. The crowd loves him. So anything he says, they react. So yeah, it's Slim Buck.
This is gonna be so good.
Slim Buck.
Let's go. All right. Let's keep this same energy going. I'll hit you with a couple more. All right. In the all right. So here's Alpha. Check me out. Right. So on the 2022 Hip Hop nominee awards, right, for Word on the Streets, whose name was mentioned on there that left you baffled? Like, I don't know why this person was even named for this category.
Okay. U3 for champ of the year. U3.
No
I,
idea
I,
what
I,
else.
well, the thing is, U3, yo, U3 works. U3 works, but we got a lot of champions in there. I mean, we had Gaddafi. Yeah, we had Slim Bug. Then we had me. I mean, I'm there. Yeah, so U3, U3 shouldn't be there. U3 shouldn't be in champion of the year. That's all I'm saying.
Mm. This isn't going to start any controversy at all. I can already see the DMs you're about to get, my guy. Who has Alpha? Let me ask you. That's like dead ass. Who has the most underrated pen game that doesn't get credit for it on Word of the Streets?
Zze.
Really?
Have you seen Zze?
I
You've
don't
watched
think I
Zze?
have. I don't know that
Oh
I have.
man, that is why he's underrated, yo. Zze has beaten the likes of Joe Vegas. Check it out. He won Joe Vegas. What on the streets is he won Loki. Yeah,
Really?
yeah. And what on the streets is he won his other battle that happened in the basement battle league, Daz versus Trees. Well, Ziza is so underrated. Like he's that person nobody wants to battle. Even Slim Bug doesn't want to battle Ziza because he's gonna get smoked. You three go ain't gonna battle Ziza because he's gonna get smoked. Pen Priest, Fifth, all of them do not want to battle Zize because they're gonna get smoked. Zize is the underrated cats and what on the street, and he's got a lot of potential. Trust.
So what are they're hiding from him? They're not giving him the shot. You know what I'm saying? The big cats, they're afraid of him.
They're scared. They scared to give him the shot because they know what he's going to do to them.
Let me ask you this: if Loki wasn't a battle rapper, what do you think his profession would be?
He'd be the head of a mafia. Yeah, Loki would have an organization of his own. He'd be the top dog of all top dogs. You know what I'm saying? He already has that persona. He has that demeanor. You meet Loki in person. Loki isn't with the threats. Like Loki doesn't, start off as aggressive and all that. But if you mess up, he'll get lit up in there. So yeah, Loki would be the top dog of all top dogs for me.
All jokes aside, like not part of the segment. One of the biggest reasons I want to go to Nigeria is just to meet Loki. I honestly feel like just fucking. I feel like I'm gonna have a ball.
I think coolest person.
Look, I feel like we're gonna have a ball, dog. Like dead ass. Like this is not part of this segment or nothing like that. Like I dead ass. Like I feel like whatever we post up for, like, you know what I'm saying, and like kick it for a bit, like it's gonna be laughs the whole time. Like we're gonna have a fucking good ass time. I just feel like that.
Yeah, like, Loki's the coolest person ever. That's my big cousin. Loki's the coolest person ever. You should meet him. You will meet him. I have.
Yeah. I'm gonna get out there. It's gonna happen. Don't worry. I got some stuff in the works. Don't worry about what I'm up to. I got my hand in a lot of pots, my guy. I got my hand in a lot of pots right now.
Let's go.
Let's think of a banger real quick. Let's think of a banger to end this segment on. You got anything good?
Okay. If Kenny Will had a profession, what would it be? Besides battle rap and besides being a model and all that. I'm asking you this.
I don't really like Kenny Will enough to give him any kind of shine. I feel like every time I mention Kenny's name, it's like the only reason that people even tune into him. Like, you know what I mean? I feel like if I was gonna make anybody like pay to get a mention on here, like it would have to be Kenny Will. You know what I mean? Like I just feel like we can do it. I'll ask you a question. We can, all right. So back in the segment. Let's go back into the segment.
Okay.
All right. Cool. So I'll be all right. I got you. So check me out. So this was a question that had come up while we were trolling people online and stuff like that. Who would you say is Kenny Will's celebrity lookalike?
celebrity look-alike. Ooh. Oh. Oh. Oh man, I can't quite put my finger on one right now because I mean there I can't seem to find an actor or a celebrity that matches with Kenny Will. I mean Kenny Will is his own person. But oh no, I can't think of one. I can't think of one.
I guess it just
I
means that
can't.
anybody that has those looks just isn't meant to be a celebrity. That makes perfect sense. All right, that's a good answer. That's a good answer. I like that one.
Yo, let's go. Let's go.
All right, look,
Let's go.
that was fun. I got a feeling that that's gonna, you know what I'm saying, we'll put one or two of those clips out, before we put the full interview out, or I'll put the full interview out so that people can go check it, and then we'll clickbait with it, one or two of them, see how that goes. That'll be fun. All right, I want to end on a serious note though. Are you cool with tackling just a few deeper questions for us before I get you out of here, my guy?
No problem. I'm here for it.
All right, so I'm gonna hit you with a couple. I like these questions a lot. They're a little bit, I think, more in depth than your traditional battle rap. You know what I'm saying? Who's the best, blah, blah, blah shit. So this is more just about you, like as a person, as a human, as an artist, and try and dig into your head a little bit, okay?
Okay, let's
Cool.
go.
All right. Is there any social work, like important matters outside of hip hop that you're very passionate about, just like in life?
Mm, okay, for me, it's gender-based violence. You would find in my line of work outside hip hop. I work for civil society organizations. We work in collaboration with UNICEF, the United Nations, and all of them. So we try to tackle gender-based violence. Fine, it's a patriarchy. Like it's a patriarchy and all that, but some would rather abuse that power that they have, and to demean and abuse young women and children. For example, where I am right now, that's AKT. It's in Nigeria here. There's this practice called female genital mutilation. I'm not sure you've heard. Have you heard of it?
So I've heard of female circumcision, it being referred
Yes,
to
exactly.
as.
That is it. That is it.
Okay.
It's yeah. It's also called female circumcision and everything. So this brings about not just physical but emotional and health. Okay, this all brings about emotional and also health um, consequences, repercussions, and all of that. So last year we tried to reach out to certain communities to help, just to put out the word that this isn't a healthy way to go. This has a lot of harms attached to it. Some people roll with it. So like, oh yeah, this is actually right because I know someone who has difficulties giving birth to children because there is a pathway blocked where they're supposed to give birth to children. And also there's some that like, it is part of our culture. It's been that way since time. So those sort of people we try to like converse with them. We still have conversations with them and to try to make them understand that this isn't the right way to go and all of that. So and also there is the female there is financial, emotional, physical abuse that young women and children face. I am passionate about this because I have cousins. My mother. I have aunties who they didn't go through it, but I am trying to protect them from going through
You're starting to break up real quick, my guy.
outside the family might come. How about now?
Cool.
How
You're
about
you're
now?
back. Yeah, you're back. If you
Okay.
don't mind, could you just repeat that last sentence for me?
Okay. So I mean, I've got young women and girls close in my family space, so I want to be able to protect them. I want to be able to say, oh, I want to be able to train them to say, if you sense this is going to happen to you, call me, and I'll call these people and then to do to you. So my thematic area through violence as well. But statistics will have it that young women and girls go through it a lot of times.
Okay. You were breaking up a little bit again there, and this is an important, statement and conversation. So I
Did you
just want
get
to,
that?
yeah, I think we did. I want to reiterate it, right? So like, because you're glitching out a little bit on me again. Basically your stance, obviously against gender-based violence is that to care for those around you and obviously protect the immediate women, you know what I'm saying, that you have in your life. I'm assuming that obviously extends outside of that, you know what I mean, to everybody that this affects. Ah, we're losing you, my guy. That's a shame. This is let's I'm gonna pause this real quick. Let's pause this because I want to wait. Let's get your connection right. This is important. I want to get this out. All right, I think we are back. Cool. So again, I didn't want to I didn't want this to go as the part of the interview that got chopped up, because this is like really dope that you're involved in this, and I think it's really important to give artists not just a platform to promote, you know what I'm saying, the battle rap community and work and stuff like that, but also the important matters and things that are important to them and who they are and stuff like that. So
That's great.
as you were saying, man.
Uh, can you hear me?
Yeah,
Can you
yeah,
hear
yeah.
me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Please, could you like restart? I lost you for a second there.
Yeah, no problem. I'm saying I didn't want this to be the part that got chopped up. You know what I mean? Like I want to give the platform the opportunity not just to promote, the battle rap and the persona and the artistry and stuff like that, but also the things that as a human, as a man, things that you are passionate about, you know what I'm saying, to bring attention to. I think that's important.
Okay, so I'm people who know me know I'm a human rights activist. I'm very big on having that a society where abuse does not exist, where everyone has an equal amount of privilege, all depending on how well you can, leverage on those privileges. And yeah, I'm mostly human rights. I've worked with NGOs on um, ending violence against women and girls. I work with NGOs on also high school bullying, because bullying is also a thing in secondary schools. In here, you have in classes, you find most of these kids are emotionally damaged because there are certain obstacles or certain challenges they're facing at home, and some are also facing in school as well. So I'm just, I am one person who's passionate about bringing forth a society that abuse does not exist, where everyone has an equal access to opportunities, and also they're able to harness their potential and yield whatever form of productivity that they target.
I want to make this very, very clear. I don't think it's going to come as a surprise to anybody who is listening. But as the head of the GSGang and as a unit, as a collective that we fully support everything that you're talking about. We take a very, very firm stance against gender-based violence and mutilation of any kind. Especially if it's against will, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm like that's obviously consent is always going to be a major issue and topic and concern when it comes to any of these scenarios. So number one, super dope. I appreciate the fact that this is something that you are passionate about too, and that you speak out about. I'm going to ask you a very, very difficult question as a follow-up to that. I don't think it's going to come as a surprise that hip hop and more specifically battle rap probably has has a very misogynistic lens and undertone to it when it comes to the type of material that is often used by battlers. I think you and I, as being of the culture at this point, are familiar enough to know the difference between entertainment and values, to know the difference between performance and, virtue, right? As somebody who is that hands-on involved, do you find it difficult or troublesome to be involved in both spaces at once? Do you find it at all hypocritical, or is it very easy for you to have that line drawn?
Okay, I would say it is not easy to have that line drawn. As you said, it's a difficult question for me. Uh, yes, battle rap is a culture that speaks about violence. That you get creative with violence, and in the real world, I'm trying to preach against it. But I always find a way to draw a line there. The reason being that I always help make people understand I do this for entertainment. But if you notice, I think you only come to notice this when a female rap battler is put in front of me. Yeah, when you put a female battler in front of me, then you start to notice some of my values. You will not hear the word bitch from me because I find it quite misogynistic. I can call a guy a bitch, but a woman, nah, I have my values. But pardon me, pardon me. I always draw the line because back where I work, I tell them, yo, this battle, yeah, it's just there. It's just there. It's not something that I guess I'm passionate about it, but it is not involved the stakeholders, the beneficiary, always that line drawn. So you all know Alpha Hybrid isn't the one visiting your community to implement whatever plan we have. Alpha Hybrid isn't the person coming to you. Although Alpha Hybrid can come to you to say, oh, stop female genital mutilation. Anybody should come forth to say, stop female genital mutilation. Alpha Hybrid is an entertainer, and I am a social worker targeting to end a certain violation of human rights. So I always draw a line. The PR desk is there. Whatever work I have to do is there. I always schedule it. I always schedule it. When it's time to work, I tell them, yo, I'm all in here. I'm gonna be doing this another time. It's not being hypocritical. It's just me finding time for both worlds.
Okay. Last question is a follow-up to that. So when it comes to values and the fact that you have such a strong opinion of it to where you're like, I won't call Queen Moda a bitch, but I have no problem calling somebody who is a bit like Kenny Will a bitch, you know, based on facts. Like, so let me ask you this then, right? And like, because this is serious. We want to make it entertaining, obviously, but this is also like a real like heavy conversation, right?
Okay.
So when Dami battles Queen Moda and unleashes like purposely
Yeah.
the most misogynistic shit from beginning to end for the sake of entertainment, because we both would assume that Dami loves the shit out of Queen Moda, would never want anything ill to befall any of her own. Like, that's understood, right?
Yeah.
Because you've gone out of your way now to be like, nah, my values won't, like, I will not, that's not something I'm gonna do. I'm not cool with that. Is there any type of like, for instance, if you were homies with somebody and they were pro genital mutilation, right? And that's something that they spoke about, I'm pretty sure, based on what you've told me and based on what you do with your life, that you would distance yourself from that person. That would no longer be someone in your circle. So in battle rap, since you've already set up these boundaries where you're like, it is not appropriate to refer to these misogynistic terms in battle rap, does that make you look at Dami or anybody, because let's, you know what I'm saying, anybody that participates in this any differently in that same instance?
Okay. Let me give you a story, yeah. Because when Dami Dizzy versus Queen Mother was released, I placed that battle at the. I was watching it at the office with a former colleague of mine, and she was like, "Why isn't she slapping this nigga? Like, you can't tell me all of this, and I won't react." But then I tell her that, yo, it's all part of the sport. But she's like, no, it isn't part of the sport. I say, it's all part of the sport. This is what she signed up for. Now, I understand it is entertainment. It is entertainment. It is entertainment. I won't say battle rap is real life. What Dami did, yeah, highly misogynistic. I do not support of that. I mean, battle rap is supposed to be a sport of wits. How creative can you get? You do not have to go below the belt just to get around, just to, like, get a win and all of that. So what Dami did is what Dami did. What Dami did is what Dami did. But another question should be, is that who he is in the real life?
I think that's why I preface this. I think that we would both agree going into this that that's not who he is.
Yeah, that is not who he is, because I've met Dami in person twice and we kicked it. we last week we were just joking. He wasn't like a lot of people did not want him around, but I ended up like, yo, chilling with Dan, like, yo, what's up, what's up, what's up, what's up? Then, we chopped it up and it was all good. Then, I got to find out that he's a cool person in real life, but in battle rap, he's not that person. Like on stage, or in battle rap, he's not that person that you would want to be this close with because he could go below the belt. Same as Toby the Pen Priest. Toby the Pen Priest is actually a cool guy in person. I've spoken with him. He's a cool guy in person. It's just when you're on stage with him, it's a different story entirely. It's a different story entirely.
My question was, does that change your opinion of
does
those
that change?
Does
It doesn't. It doesn't. When I see you're starting to bring that into your real life, because as I said, I know how to draw the line. This is real life. This is battle rap. You're keeping it battle rap, okay. You talk about my mom in battle rap, I will keep it battle rap. But if you talk about my mom in person, I might have to take a swing. So if it's battle rap, it's battle rap, which is why the Fifth versus Pen Priest thingy, we said it would have been better if it was taken outside than on the stage. If it's battle rap, welcome. If it isn't battle rap, so it doesn't change how I view Diamond Dizzy. Diamond Dizzy is still a very cool person. So yeah, and Queen Mother is someone who I highly respect for taking all those jabs and still smiling afterwards.
Facts. Shout out to Queen Mother. Absolutely.
Shout out to Queen Mother.
So now, I said it was last question last time, but this is like, with spiraling into other thought process, right? Because this is a good thought experiment now. Is it misogynistic for you not to call Queen Mother a bitch, just because she's a female? Is it misogynistic to treat this opponent differently based on her sex, as opposed to what you would go all out for a male opponent? Is that not?
Okay. Let me state one thing clear now. If you put a Queen Mother in front of me, I would treat her the same way I would treat a slim buff battle. It is just me. I cannot call a woman a bitch. It's not just because of my line of work, but just who I am. If you put a Queen Mother in front of me, like versus Mikael, I threw a bag at him. If I'm going against Queen Mother, I would throw 10 bags at her if it was required of me to get a win. So I take every opponent serious. Be you male, be you female. I don't give a fuck. I am not losing to you. I'm not losing to you. So, okay. I mean, it's just that sentiment there. I can't call you a bitch. It's just me.
I feel like any further questions on that would make more sense for me to ask a female than to have us put our male brains together and try to dissect, on our own. I appreciate you answering those questions. This was a really unexpected twist of a good conversation to have had. I appreciate you, diving into this with me, my guy.
Yeah, I appreciate this one. I appreciate this one, Steve. You're really putting in the work for hip hop in Africa. I gotta give you a flowers for that one.
I'm just a fan, my guy.
For the record, anytime a battle drops, especially my battle, I'm like, yo, I gotta get a Steve review. So, I mean, when King Arbix, my battle versus King Arbix was released, I came to you that, yo, I would like for you to review this battle. And before you knew it, WOTS award came through, and you're like, oh man, now I gotta.
Now I have to. Now I don't have a choice. Here's the thing with that too. Just for like anybody that's still watching at this point too about that, I'll address that. The issue isn't my love or passion when it comes to covering all these. It's that the way that the recording, the editing, and then the uploading and posting goes for like the base video is 45 minutes long. I'm adding probably no less than 20 minutes of shitty commentary from beginning to end, right? Like it ends up being from recording, editing, uploading, and posting. It's a 3.5 hour process to do a single video, where with that same block of time, I could have a week's worth of music reactions that are shot exactly, you know what I'm saying? So it's like it's really just a matter of finding time. And then I'm also like, understand, I work full time. I work, you know what I'm saying? I'm not somebody who's like sitting home. Like I run a full-time job, minimal 40 hours a week. I'm a father, you know what I'm saying? I'm a slut. Like I have a lot of personal relationships that I have to maintain. Like I live real life in addition to this. So like when I do like the battle rap stuff, like that's why it's always, you always see me post like Saturdays are for battle rap, because I need a block of time just to do one battle. It's not like I can like have enough energy right after work, you know what I'm saying, to hop on real quick and knock out an 8-minute commentary. Like, nah, man, like we're sitting in, we're locking in for 45 minutes, and I get emotionally attached. You see, I'm screaming and yelling, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm in there with it too. Like it's a lot. So like for anyone seeing this, if I don't get to your battle or something like that, or it's taking me like a lot of times it just takes me a long time to get the shit. It's just that life is life, and you know what I'm saying? Like I'm doing this when I can. That's all that it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah. I find
So,
myself in that position as well because him 4 face-offs. So imagine me coming back from work. I run a 9 to 5, so I'm supposed to rest for 2 hours. Then 7 p.m. I start off into the spaces just to get this niggas talking and all of that for 3 hours of the stretch. Then from 10 to 12, I can enjoy my evening. Then wake up the next day, go to work. I mean, it's a lot of work.
salute to you for that too.
Kudos to you. You said you only do it when you can. Much respect to that. As I said, visual content is not an easy thing to do. It's not an easy thing to run visual content. So yeah, kudos to you. And yeah, thank you very much. Hip hop, appreciate you.
Hey, I appreciate it, man. It's all about you today, though, man. We got the 2022 Rookie of the Year with a word on the streets. Decided to take some time out of his day to come and kick it with us. Anything you want to shout out or you know what I'm saying, tell the GS gang to lock in on or anything like that? Any message for him before you get out of here?
Yo, Battle Rap Universe, GSGang, word on the streets. Thank you very much. This is Alpha Hybrid. Shouts to Jung. Shouts to Black Rain, Wolf of Eastwood. Shouts to Hydra, Armada, Different. Shouts to Word on the Streets in general. Shouts to everyone concerned with hip hop. Shouts to my family. Hey, look, mama, I'm on TV. Shouts to everyone. Shouts to everyone.
I made it.
That's all.
Shout out to Mama Hybrid. All right, look, as
Yeah.
always, guys, though, I really do. Seriously, I appreciate you coming through. This was a super dope interview. I appreciate you even tackling the topics, you know what I'm saying, that were more real life outside of hip hop. That was super, super thorough of you. For everybody checking in, make sure you look out for Alpha on the PR desk for Word on the Streets. 2 battles that we know of so far already lined up for this year. Check them out. All of his past work. We also have reactions that are on the channel if you want to check out our reactions to some of his past work. Super fucking dope. I highly recommend it. As always, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I will catch y'all on the next one. Let's go. I think he's frozen as he gets out of here.